It's lunchtime, and this is Brad Anderson's Lunch Break. Two of my favorite things about Microsoft are the smart people that constantly visit campus and the great fleet of shuttles. Whenever I can, I try to take advantage of both of these things and grab lunch with some of the tech industry's best and brightest. This week, I'll wrap up my conversation with Mauricio Guerra, the Chief Information Security Officer at Dow Chemical. So I heard this amazing story about the founder of Dow Chemical, Henry Dow. He came with this idea to use electrolysis to basically separate chemicals, but the financial backers thought that was a crazy idea and actually fired him. So he turned around and used that technology to create Dow Chemical, and the rest is history. So what technology do you think organizations are not using enough of to keep their companies safe?
I don't want to say there is a particular technology, but that will be difficult, say, pointed to technology A or B or C. What I would like to stress is the need to have a comprehensive cybersecurity program, understanding that cybersecurity is not implementing a couple of firewalls here and this and that and that. Is making sure that from the executive level down, the companies understand and properly manage the risk. And it sounds obvious or too simplistic what I'm saying, but what I'm seeing in the industry is that there might be a better opportunity for companies to take a more structured approach into cyber.
Kind of a footnote in history, you know, Henry Dow actually went back and bought the company that fired him. So words of wisdom, be Henry Dow.
Okay. What we see with innovation, that will bring big challenges for people that are in CISO roles, like we will be dealing with way more automation, we will be dealing with more data, more devices, more connectivity, more cloud, so more complexity, huge complexity. And normally when you drive innovation is when you bring risk. And I'm not implying that that's a negative. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. That's the reality. New stuff, new challenges, then we need to either adjust our security posture or figure it out how to mitigate risk. To summarize my point, yes, it's a bigger challenge, not only managing the well-known threats, but also enabling those capabilities that companies like Dow will be using to drive innovation, and at the end, being more and more competitive. I mean, better leveraging IT tools.
A big part of a CISO's job is really evaluating the security aspects of what IT wants to deploy. So how do you challenge, the partners that you're working with to make sure that they're delivering the right balance of value and security?
At the end, Brad, there is not a perfect solution. There is not a perfect solution. It is judgment, different perspective. So it is all about helping businesses making educated decisions. By educated, I mean informed decisions. And personally, I spend a lot of time on visiting companies, participating in industry forums that give me a good feel on where the industry is going. But at the end of the day, there is judgment. But then you need to establish those strong networks and be credible with the businesses.
Yeah, so you have to have all this signal coming into you so that you're constantly being aware of what the innovations are, what the attacks are, and then you have to help synthesize that and share it with all the leadership.
Exactly.
This has been awesome. Ha sido un gran placer.
No, muchas gracias.
Encantado.
Muchas gracias, Brad. La próxima la hacemos en español, ¿no?
Sí, lo tenemos que hacerlo otra vez.
La hacemos en español.
Ok.
Bueno.
Ok, gracias. Nos vemos. Next time on Brad Anderson's Lunch Break.
For so long, I mean, have you heard before? IT is a cost center.
Yeah.
IT is a cost center, right? Who's heard
that's
that?
Definitely transition, but that's been the way it's talked about for years.
So many times, right? If you see it and if you view it as an investment, it pays back dividends tenfold.